I built this life-size gingerbread house. You might be wondering how we got here. Let's rewind a little bit. We've been working on this for about 6 months. It all started when I thought of this crazy idea, and then had our whole team calling all over the place to find someone crazy enough to make this much gingerbread.
Cats and kittens, grab your mittens. You're talking to Samuel from Gingerbread Boston. How may I help you?
Hey Samuel, I had a quick question. Is there any way that you can make around 1,000 sheets of gingerbread by next Monday? Hung up on me, what the f?
Yeah, we don't sell flat sheets of gingerbread.
Okay, all good, thank you.
Yeah, you sure that wouldn't be possible? All right, no worries.
After tons of unsuccessful calls, we found Ginger Betty.
Good afternoon, Gingerbread's Bakery. How can I help you?
Yes, hi. We are looking to make a, sounds crazy, life-size gingerbread house. We're trying to find a place that'll help us make enough gingerbread to do it.
OMG. Well, I think you might have called the right place. That's our specialty, gingerbread.
Not life-size.
Never done one of those.
We haven't nailed down the details yet, but I'm thinking literally big enough that we can walk inside this thing, potentially even sleep inside it. It's hard to find anybody with enough gingerbread is what we're finding.
I think we can accommodate. We love a good challenge over here. Oh my God, this is gonna be cool. All right, yeah, definitely.
Wow, we just called probably 10 to 15 bakeries all over the place, and most people either hung up or laughed at us.
Are you kidding me? Hello?
I'm not kidding.
Why didn't you call Ginger Betty's first?
Before I leave to meet her, don't forget to toss a like on the video. I mean, after all, we're building this gingerbread house for you. And if you're half as excited as I am about this, make sure you hit that subscribe button too. Let's go meet Ginger Betty. We have just pulled up to Ginger Betty's. I have not been here before. I do not know what to expect. She sounds super pumped about this. I'm glad we even found somebody. Let's go inside. Hello?
Hello.
Ginger Betty?
Nutmeg Nick.
Is that a name?
Yeah, that's your name.
Nutmeg Nick. You guys like that?
Oh my gosh, live and in person. We're so happy to see
like
you.
Nutmeg.
Get it,
What do you
Santa
think,
Claus?
Naughty Nick?
You're fired.
You're fired!
All right, you would be Molasses Manny.
I think that's fitting.
Ho, ho, ho. We're decking the halls already at Ginger Betty. So do you want to come in the kitchen?
Let's do it. Hello, it's Icing Aisha.
She's making Ginger Johnny bonbons.
There's a lot going on in here.
Icing Aisha, you go, girl. Oh, this
Oh my gosh. It's like a supercharged chocolate macaroon. This is the most gingerbread I've ever seen in my life by far.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do thousands of these for Christmas.
This is like Santa's workshop.
You ever get tempted and just eat it, or do you? So essentially what happens is you have this whole like conveyor belt in the building, right? So you start with making the gingerbread, and then you go on to the baking process, and then the people ice it, and then you can decorate it.
Exactly.
We got everything. How much gingerbread do you think we'll need to fill an entire house?
How big is the house that you want to make?
I honestly don't know size-wise. Probably like thousands and thousands of the houses just expanded into one giant house.
Yeah, we are on it.
I'd like to even sleep in this thing one night. I would
Oh my
seriously
gosh.
like to sleep in it.
Wait, is this big enough for all of us? We should have a slumber party.
What happens in the gingerbread house?
Stays in the gingerbread house. This is the good thing, that we just expanded this.
Okay.
So, you know what I mean? So this is gonna be a perfect place for the
This
the
room right
gingerbread
here.
house. Yeah. Well, we need to build it.
I have a buddy, I don't know if he's doing carpentry anymore, but I might be able to ask him because he's also just a total goofball.
Yeah.
And he'd love this.
Oh, awesome. Let's roll out the gingerbread. Hello? Christmas is coming. We gotta get
Let's
to
go.
it.
When it comes to construction, there's only one guy that I'll call, and that's my buddy Kenny. The real question is, will he think this idea is too crazy, or will he be up for it? Let's find out.
Hello?
Kenny, how are ya?
Nick, buddy, what's going on?
I actually have a really random and kind of weird question for you. Will you want to build a life-size gingerbread house?
A life-size gingerbread house. Why?
For fun.
Oh, I'll be there with my tools.
This is the guy. Kenny, I love you. You are the man. I can always count on you.
You can always depend on me, my friend.
So none of the building part of this can happen without my buddy Kenny, who's a contractor and probably one of the funniest guys I've ever met. And he's gonna help us build that shed.
What's going on, buddy?
How are you?
Not too bad.
Good to see you.
You know it's winter, right?
You ready for some building?
Gingerbread house, huh?
I know, yeah.
See what you got.
We want to see what you got.
I got a lot of stuff. See what you got.
This way, Kenny.
All right.
Let's go.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thanks for having us.
Of course.
So we're gonna need a good amount of space
So we'll do it right here.
to physically build it. You're gonna be amazed how much room you need to physically build it.
2 boxes. That's our shed. We got to build this thing up as quickly as we can.
Okay.
We just laid everything out. There's a lot of stuff. We've done literally no work so far. This is what we've done in about an hour and a half.
Union break. We're not gonna have a shed tonight.
As we continue setting this thing up, I'd love to tell the people your life story a little bit.
Well, you know, I was born and raised in the north end of Boston in Little Italy. I knew a lot of bad people when I was young and saw a lot of crazy things. Probably the things that most people only see in movies.
Kenny, you and me?
What?
DTF?
DTF? Sure.
You don't know what that is?
I probably don't. What's DTF? Oh, yeah, no, not with me.
This is the end of day one. What have we accomplished, Kenny?
That's a good question, Nick. What have we accomplished? Well, we got trusses, we got left doors,
And a bunch of the gingerbread's already baked up.
I might take some of that home.
So we're gonna be back bright and early tomorrow morning to keep going.
We'll see you then.
It turned out this was a lot bigger and a lot more complex than we thought it would be, so we got Kerman's here. Help us out.
This is lovely. This is a great project. You guys should tune in.
I might sleep here one night.
I might join you.
We're almost done building and decoration comes next.
Mom, I'm home.
I mean, this thing's looking pretty good at this. We're almost there, huh?
Feeling pretty good, buddy.
An 8x10 house is a lot bigger than it sounds, and just look how much space there is in here. You could easily have 10 people have a sleepover inside here.
Now that our house is done, my job is done. And I'm gonna turn it over to Gingerbread and her crew.
Gingerbread.
Oh, Gingerbread, what did I
We
say?
call her Gingerbread.
Once again, if you guys want some Italian recipes and some laughs, visit me on my YouTube at Live, Laugh, and Cook Italian. We'll see you guys when the house is done.
And one last thing, we could not have pulled off this whole shed without the help of Kerman, so make sure to toss a thanks to him in the comments below. All right, I'm very excited this morning because we're headed to the gingerbread house, but I wouldn't really call it a gingerbread house quite yet, and that's because there's no gingerbread on it. However, Gingerbread and all of her so-called elves have been working very hard to make as much gingerbread as possible for the tiling and the shingles on the side of the house, because that is our first step in setting it all up. Things might look a little different today because Manny's the one driving instead of me. He's been upgraded from head of film to chauffeur. So we are here at Gingerbread's. It is finally that day. So the next game plan is this. I'm gonna start taking all of the gingerbread shingles that have been baked off and plastering them to the wall with royal icing. We have all this candy, pretty much everything you could possibly imagine. Then we have all this gingerbread, and it is a lot more than you think. All of these things, including these boxes over here, are all the pieces of gingerbread for our house. Manny, this is gonna be a lot of gingerbread.
A lot of gingerbread.
This is a big moment right here. Drum roll, please. We are now going to take this beautiful, but more importantly, delicious icing that's gonna get very, very hard when we stick the gingerbread to it. Spread a nice line across our first shingle. And finally, we put on that first piece of gingerbread. That may have looked pretty easy, but the only problem now is the fact that we have to do this entire house. We got here early this morning. It is late afternoon. I think that's a solid day's work there, Manny, don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
The house is looking pretty good. We've gotten most of the shingles on, but the real question is, will they hold? Or did we just put in a bunch of work for absolutely no reason at all? We'll find out tomorrow. We are back, and as you can see, the house is pretty much there in terms of the loose covering on the outside of the gingerbread. Even the roof all on top is done, and all we're waiting for is a custom piece that they're baking right now to put right here over the top. Manny, what is this? Did you do this?
I didn't do that.
Gingerbread's been up for a few days. I'm just saying.
I feel like this next step is your favorite part of the decoration.
What are you thinking? What are you envisioning?
If you made me build a gingerbread house, it would look the same as if a 7-year-old built it. Wouldn't you agree with that, I think?
Yeah.
Nick, no, come on, just a little, come on.
Should we start decorating?
I think we should get to it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Manny, get to work. Put the camera away, get to work.
Okay.
Jingle bells, jingle bells.
So the idea is you're gonna pipe the royal icing on between the edges. We're gonna fill it in with Smarties, gumdrops, literally all this candy that's sitting on the floor.
This candy matches your outfit, man.
I know.
What number house is this gonna be?
Some number.
Christmas number.
69.
All right, Gingerbread is after dark. Who shut off the lights? What?
O'er the fields we go, laughing. making spirits bright. What fun it is to laugh and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
So we're starting to actually decorate the inside of the house as well, because it can't just look cool from the outside and not be cool on the inside. Look at the table that we're starting with. We're starting off strong. We've done a lot today. We're gonna sleep on it.
Definitely.
It's looking good. Today is Sunday. We are back. We're working overtime on this thing.
Some of us was sleeping in.
I slept in
I was
a
here at
little bit.
4:30 a.m. Just saying.
Oh my God. As you can see, it's looking fantastic at this point. I mean, what? It's got all the bells and whistles. We're gonna get started again because we have a lot of work to do and we don't have much time left to do it.
Absolutely. So ho ho ho, we gotta go.
Ho ho. Oh, I like
That's
that.
all I'm
This is just one of many cookies that's going onto the gingerbread house. Obviously it's a stocking, but look at that little sugar on the top that's supposed to be the fluff of the top of the stocking. Everything is super, super detailed. At this rate, maybe I'll build my real house someday out of gingerbread.
We're all in, right? On the sleepover?
In the house?
Yeah.
You-
Like we already said it and we pinky swore on it.
You're
Don't
being
you remember?
completely serious about sleeping over in the house.
Yeah, I'm serious. Hello. Naked gingerbread? Should we give him clothes or?
I like the idea of just a ass
Yeah.
naked gingerbread man.
All right, buck naked gingerbread.
What do you think?
Full frontal, we'll just give him a scarf.
I think that's great. This is where it gets dangerous, everybody. So what we're doing right now, we're doing fake snow across the house with frosting.
Right, we're creating a blizzard. Hold on a second, ready?
What the hell is Magic Pixie? What is that?
That's the way we roll.
We've made some really good headway today. We hadn't even touched the roof yet.
Bonus. All right, the snow has fallen. We're getting a little chilly. And we got the ho 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 thing. We got to get Santa in place.
How many hours do you think we have left on this actual house? Like,
Oh my gosh. We could really wrap it up in like 5, but I feel like we could do 25. We want it to be perfect. We like attention to detail.
the inside is really what we're focusing on next. We want to make sure that that thing looks and feels like a gingerbread home. We are many months into this project now. This is the home stretch. It's the holidays. It's snowing outside in Boston. Well, not today, but it has been. And I want everybody to be warm and cozy. Most people don't know this, but the #1 most requested item at homeless shelters is socks. And that's why I'm going to donate 10,000 pairs of socks to homeless shelters throughout Boston. Manny and I already ordered about 8,000 pairs of socks, which are being delivered straight to the gingerbread house. The rest we thought we'd pick up ourselves, so it's time to do some shopping.
Nick, we should buy the whole wall.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Down. Tough luck for anyone who came shopping for socks today. Karen, I'm sorry, we're about to do some damage. Manny, this is the final push. The final socks.
Hey, what are you doing, man? You're fired.
My goal here today was to fill this entire car, and we're getting most of the way there, Manny, right?
Yeah, we're almost there.
We are at Target now, one of my favorite stores in the game. We're gonna grab as many socks as they've got. Manny, get out of the car. So we spent virtually the entire day buying out the sock racks of pretty much every major retailer here in Boston. But we got some amazing cozy socks, and I'm excited to go with Manny to bring these to a ton of different shelters, and he's gonna be dressed up like Santa. Now get ready, because tomorrow morning we'll finish the house and donate some socks. Good morning, everyone. It is 3:30 in the morning. I'm not kidding. Apparently, gingerbread factories get pretty busy around the holidays, which means we have to finish the video before they open today. But just wait until you see this finished house. It's all gonna be worth it. I'm gonna be honest, guys, I don't think Manny's very happy with me this morning. But this guy will get out of bed for you morning or night, rain or shine. It is the final day. Betty's been here since 3 in the morning.
Hello.
We have to put all the finishing touches on the house before Santa arrives this morning. But more importantly, Manny and I weren't kidding when we said we had a lot of socks. We already have a bunch laying out on the ground here. But perhaps more importantly, we had an entire pallet of socks arrive the other day and have to unpack all these boxes too. A little bit later, we're gonna have Manny dress up as Santa. I can't wait. All right, Gingerbread, before we have our closing festivities, I want to first of all thank you for being crazy enough to take on this challenge.
Are you calling me crazy?
A little bit. And also just think about where it led us. We are lying in probably more than 10,000 pairs of socks right now. And we're also about to have some fun with Santa.
You know he's one of my best friends, right?
It's the real Santa. Manny's on the naughty list.
Molasses Manny coming down the chimney at 2 a.m.
Nick. Santa.
Kenny, thank you for being crazy enough to take on this project. This came out amazing. Words can't describe it.
I appreciate you.
You are one tough cookie.
Well, let me tell you, I can build it. I couldn't do this, guys. Great job, Ginger Betty.
He can
Great
build
job.
it, he can eat it.
You and the Ginger girls, you did unbelievable. All right, guys, I gotta roll. Cookie Kenny is out.
All right, Nutmeg Nick, we're so excited. I can't wait for you to see the inside. This is a house built for Santa.
Santa, come on, like, you gotta take me off the naughty list. There's gotta be something we can work out.
Oh, I'm afraid that's not the way this works.
There's
You
nothing
have
like-
to prove yourself.
There's a whole gingerbread village on the wall. This is amazing.
Santa Claus, thank you so much for being such a good
Welcome
friend.
to my home.
Thank you for being such a good friend. And look at what we made over here. This is special.
My gosh.
Nutmeg Nick.
This is me, man.
And look at Molasses Manny.
That's me.
And Santa has his special cookie in his Santa sack already. This has turned into a real Christmas miracle. Everybody jumped in to help. Thanks. All those socks you guys are donating. Awesome.
It's amazing. I actually can't believe that despite the outside of the house looking amazing, the inside looks just as detailed.
Dear Santa, I've been very good this year. That's kind of debatable, but that's all right. Love you and enjoy the cookies. What wonderful cookies. Look at these cookies. Ginger Betty, you went over the top this year.
Gingerbread, this has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for taking this on.
Oh my gosh, this is so sweet. This is the best project this year.
This project is months and months in the works, like we said, and it was a lot of effort from so many different people.
It's just really amazing how we can end off the year on such a sweet note. We were so excited to have Nutmeg Nick and Molasses Manny come to Gingerbread University. Tootsie Roll Taylor has a prize.
Nutmeg Nick and Molasses Manny's own Gingerbread University certificates, so they passed Gingerbread University.
OMG. OMG with an XO.
I'm gonna throw out my other real college diploma because don't need that anymore. All of this right here to me is the epitome of the holidays. We got all these socks here that we're gonna drop off. We got this gingerbread house that tons of kids have enjoyed. We had Santa. It doesn't get better.
Great work.
Thank you, GB.
You're welcome. Thank you.
But we're not done yet. It's time for us to load up the car and for me and Manny to go drop these off at a bunch of shelters in Boston. Load it up.
All right, loading them up.
We're pulling up to the first homeless shelter. Manny is dressed in a Santa costume, and he'll be delivering those socks in a good holiday fashion. Let's have some fun. That was a blur. 6 months of work all boiled down to a gingerbread house? It's just crazy to think about. I want to wish all of you watching the happiest of holidays. Remind you one last time to toss a like on the video and subscribe. And as always, happy cooking.